Who is the biggest fraud in Mortal Kombat? This series has lots of fakers, I'll be honest with you, heroes and villains alike by the way, especially in the new games when characters only win if you're playing them. Then afterwards they're jobbers who can't win a single fight. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat series is stuffed with frauds, so today let's rank them from bad to worst. We've got complete frauds, big losers, fakers, has-beens, and mid. Like mentioned earlier, heroes and villains will get roasted today. Nobody is safe, because it is Mortal Kombat after all, the series where most characters have died at least once. For anyone new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 500,000 before 2026. And I think we can do it, I really do. So please take a second, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell too, because I post videos on a near daily basis. How many fighting game channels can say that, right? A daily content, let's go. And if today's video gets 2,000 likes, I'll do 10 pull-ups in the next video. And without any further ado, let's begin. Alright everyone, the biggest frauds in Mortal Kombat. I gotta begin with one of my favorite characters, Kung Lao. I love this dude, and NetherRealm does him extra dirty. He died 3 times in a single game. I'm not joking, Mortal Kombat 11, look it up. My boy got deaded 3 times in the same game. You hate to see it. But honestly, even before that, it feels like Kung Lao has 0 W's. He keeps calling out his ancestor's name like it means something. We get it, bro. The great Kung Lao was amazing, but what about you though? Stop taking credit for his accomplishments. You gotta do something now. And it's frustrating, you know, because Kung Lao has such cool gameplay, he's such an interesting character, but the writers don't let him do anything. I feel like Shaolin Monks was his best showing, and even then, he shared the spotlight with Liu Kang the entire time. So technically, none of those accomplishments are his. He's gotta share them. I'm sorry, Kung Lao, but I've gotta put you in big fakers. I think you're close to Liu Kang's level, but you've never shown us. But next up is a much bigger fraud, but also a fan favorite character, funny enough, Kotal Kahn. We love this guy's appearance, his moves are really cool, gameplay's lots of fun, but the scoreboard, this guy is mostly L's. His only victories happen when you play as him, when he's the main character. Otherwise, it's loss after loss after loss. Keep in mind, I made a full intro dedicated to this man's L's. He's got over 11 combined. It feels like NetherRealm uses Kotal Kahn to justify other characters being tough at this point. You know what I mean? Whenever a new character or fan favorite character walks into frame, they beat up Kotal Kahn to show how tough they are. But honestly, that doesn't work because Kotal Kahn loses to everybody. The man's a complete fraud. I'm sorry, a complete fraud. Until he gets the wheelchair and becomes overpowered. But next up, let's talk about Goro, because I feel like Goro gets glazed all the time, and honestly, it's undeserved. Because when you think about it, his only victory happened against the great Kung Lao, which takes place before the first Mortal Kombat game. That's right, the man's only victory is lore. It happens before we even pick up the controller. That's Goro's biggest claim to fame. And you're telling me I'm supposed to respect this guy? I understand at one point he was great, and sometimes during cutscenes he does cool stuff, but in every other situation he's just losing or coming up short. You get the idea. I'm sorry, Goro, but I've got to put you in has-beens. At one time you were cool, but it happened before the games even started. But speaking of Goro, how about Kentaro? He's just a faker when you think about it. He's the lesser Goro. His design is cooler in my opinion. I think Kentaro looks and plays cooler than Goro, but scoreboard wise he's got way more L's and no big victories. So yeah, Kentaro's going in the faker category. Next up, let's talk about Shang Tsung real quick. This guy's biggest strength is turning into the opponent. Yeah, that's the coolest thing he does. It's his most impressive ability that he flaunts all the time. Ooh, look at me, I can become not myself because default me is a weakling. Keep in mind, he learned soul magic from Shao Kahn. It's not even his gimmick. So Shang Tsung's most iconic ability is not even original. He copied it. Ironically, the man known for taking your form copied his main gimmick. Don't get me wrong, Shang Tsung is a master schemer. He's great at manipulating people, picking his moments, and then achieving a momentary victory, which is more than most Mortal Kombat villains can say, so that is something, but still, I've got to put Shang Tsung in the fakers category. He's the definition of an imposter. Oh, Aaron Black, we've got to roast this guy. Such a fraud. This guy is supposed to have the best aim ever. We see it during his fatal blow. The guy's an incredible marksman. Except he misses every single shot, which is already embarrassing. But on top of that, even when given a clear shot, the enemy is standing completely still. Aaron Black takes 2 years to line up the shot and then gets interrupted by another hero because he took too long. Like seriously, Aaron Black, how hard is it to hit a still target that's not moving an inch? Complete fraud. I'm sorry, the guy looks cool, he's got aura, but he's a complete fraud. Great marksman, but can't hit anything when it matters. But you know what? I'm tired of roasting the villains. Let's make fun of a hero real quick. Cassie Cage, a character that I do like. She was better in Mortal Kombat X, don't get me wrong, but still, this character is pretty likable. However, the issue is how hard NetherRealm pushed her in MKX, defeating Shinnok, the main villain, but not regular Shinnok. We're talking corrupted Shinnok, who is all-time peak powerful. Keep in mind, Raiden was stopped dead by regular Shinnok. That's how powerful this dude is. Then comes Cassie Cage with literal main character energy, defeating the big boss with her green MacGuffin energy. Because Johnny has God Killer genes, and I'm not making that up, I'm not memeing, that's explained by the games. Johnny Cage's green matrix juice made Cassie into a God Killer, that's canon. NetherRealm wanted Cassie to be the new big thing so badly that even Shujinko gets bodied in her arcade ending. That's right, Cassie beats up Shujinko without even knowing who he is. This guy killed the Dragon Emperor, the strongest villain in Mortal Kombat history up until that point, and Cassie dogs on him casually, not even knowing who he is. Yeah, I'm not joking, NetherRealm wanted Cassie to be the next big main character, likely for several games in a row, and then dropped her for some reason. Cassie Cage is the definition of a has-been, which is crazy because she's a brand new character. I'm sorry, Cassie Cage, I want to respect you, but you're absolutely a has-been. But you know what, speaking of Shinnok, let's roast him for a little bit too. This guy is the god of death, an elder god, one of the strongest beings in the Mortal Kombat mythos. If not the strongest, honestly, because Kronika is a brand new thing, she's a retcon. Before MK11, elder gods were the top dog. Yes, you have the one being, but he's not really a physical entity that you can fight. He's the universe itself. So you can't throw hands with him, right? He's not physical. Shinnok is, and the god of death, an elder god, the top dog in the room, and yet he only loses. And then even in Armageddon, he's like a member berry. He shows up for fans to go, oh, that's Shinnok, I know that guy, he was the main villain in MK4. He doesn't do anything extra, the man's a cameo in Armageddon. In Mortal Kombat X, he's gone after chapter 1 and been missing for most of the game. NetherRealm had no faith in this guy, removed him for most of story mode, which is unforgivable, I must say. But the point is, Shinnok's a loser despite having lots of aura. I'll give him that. The guy enters the room and you're scared. But also, he's never won anything, so I guess Shinnok goes in the big losers category. But alright, next up it's time to talk about a true fraud, possibly the biggest fraud in this entire video, your girl Kronika. And no, I'm not joking, this woman is supposed to be above the elder gods, one of the strongest beings in all of existence. She's the master of time itself and has watched history repeat over 1 million times or something crazy like that, and yet she loses. And I mean to everybody, it's officially canon that Kronika has lost to every single Mortal Kombat character in one of the timelines. We know this because Mortal Kombat 1 straight up gives it away. All these characters on screen are masters of time, meaning they defeated Kronika, got control of the hourglass, and made their own universe with her technology. So once again, Kronika, the strongest villain in Mortal Kombat, has lost to every single character, including jobbers like Kano. They made a whole movie about it, which was a fire movie. I'm not gonna cap, that was a good movie, but still, Kronika is a massive fraud, one of the biggest frauds in Mortal Kombat history. This bald bozo is going in the complete frauds category. But real quick, let's talk about Scorpion. Alright, the face of Mortal Kombat, easily the most popular character, but never allowed to be the main character. I've made a full video for Scorpion, ranking his role in every single game, and guess what? He falls short every single time, and also he dies a lot, way more than you would expect for a character this popular. However, with that said, he does have plenty of wins under his belt too. He was a champion of the Elder Gods for a bit, and also the fans love him. He's the face of Mortal Kombat, the most popular character, so you know what? I'm gonna put Scorpion in mid. Because he's not a big loser or a complete fraud, not even a has-been, honestly, he's just mid. Kano, where are you hiding? You're not getting away, buddy. Big loser category for Kano. I understand he has fans, but story-wise, he's a jobber. Developers put Kano in the game to lose. I'm convinced of this. The whole reason Kano keeps coming back despite being a pretty mid character is because he's such great fodder. You love to watch him lose and talk smack the entire time. Ermac, we've got to talk about this dude. One of my favorite characters in the series after researching him in past games, because in the Midway era, Ermac was really cool. His story was redemption, joining the good guys, carving out his own path, and also being really powerful the entire time. But in recent games, it's a mixed bag, right? His reveal is always epic. He does something cool, he beats up some important characters, but then immediately after, he becomes a jobber. So it's kind of tough to rank Ermac here. Because on one hand, he should go in the has-beens category, since in the Midway era he was way cooler. But in NetherRealm games he keeps losing, so should he go in big loser category? I don't think so, because even in the recent games he gets a good showing at first and then falls off. So when you take that in mind, he really is a has-been in the truest form. Ooh, MK11 Shao Kahn is here, perfect. So Shao Kahn in MK11 specifically is a different character. I don't care what anybody says, this is not Shao Kahn, it's MK11 Shao Kahn. He's a different beast. Not only does he lose every fight unless you're playing as him, but also he looks completely different. So in my mind, MK11 Shao is a different Shao, which means I'm putting him in the big loser category or the has-beens category. You know what? I'm going in big losers because it's not the original Shao Kahn. If it was, he'd be in has-beens, but I consider this version of Shao to be a brand new character, so he's going in big losers. Reiko, I see you there, little Shao Kahn. You're a faker in the most literal definition. You want so badly to be Shao Kahn, but you never will be. You're an imposter in the most literal sense. Mortal Kombat 11 Sindel is a faker by definition, like she just is. Complete retcon by the developers and nothing like the original character. Faker through and through. Sonya Blade, oh man, this character is the definition of mid. I love her as a character, I really do, and I wish writers would let her do stuff, but I've made a full video dedicated to this woman, and in half the games she's either captured or gets killed. In the other games she does some interesting stuff, so the definition of mid. You know what? It's time for another big loser, Garrus. When you add up all the things this man can do, like freeze time and revive on the spot, combined with being super strong and a sand bender and just durable in general, how is this man ever losing? I don't know, but he does every single time. 0 W's. Garrus is a big loser despite how overpowered he should be. Alright everybody, that's pretty much each character I wanted to mention for today's video, but let me know if I missed anybody in the comments down below, because I love reading each and every comment. So grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Then, like mentioned earlier, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. Let's try and reach 500k before 2026. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.